Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a list that covers remarkable ground. 5 watches from 5 celebrated manufacturers that each occupy a distinct and carefully considered corner of the horological landscape. From solar-powered everyday elegance to Swiss GMT sophistication. From Japanese cocktail hour artistry to a Genevan dress watch hiding a mechanical heart. And a Swiss diver that punches so far above its price it almost feels unreasonable. Today's countdown is a masterclass in the sheer variety of what thoughtful watchmaking looks like across different budgets, different disciplines, and different design philosophies. Let's get into it. Number 5. Citizen Eco Drive Chandler. The Citizen Eco Drive Chandler is the watch that makes the strongest possible case for what dress watch design looks like when a manufacturer with decades of solar technology expertise decides to apply that expertise to something genuinely refined and occasion-worthy. The Chandler presents a clean, classically proportioned case in stainless steel with a dial layout of quiet, considered elegance, applied indices, slim Dauphine hands, and a date display positioned with enough precision that it reads as part of the composition rather than an afterthought. What sits beneath that composed exterior is Citizen's Eco Drive technology, a light-powered movement that harvests energy from any available light source, natural or artificial, storing it in a capacitor that keeps the watch running for months in complete darkness. In practical terms, the Chandler simply never stops. It never needs a battery change, never needs winding, and never needs the ritual attention that mechanical ownership requires. For the person who wears a watch to mark occasions, to make an impression, and to carry something genuinely well-made without the demands of mechanical stewardship, the Chandler represents one of the most honest and complete propositions available at its price. Citizen's manufacturing precision ensures the movement's timekeeping accuracy sits comfortably within seconds per month. Performance that the overwhelming majority of mechanical movements at higher prices cannot consistently match. The Chandler is quiet confidence, powered by light. The Citizen Eco Drive Chandler retails for approximately $350, $425 USD depending on configuration. Number 4. Seiko Presage Style60s. The Seiko Presage Style60s is the watch that arrives at your wrist carrying an entire decade of Japanese cultural memory. And it wears that heritage with a joy, a warmth, and a visual richness that very few watches at any price manage to sustain beyond first glance. Inspired by the cocktail watches and artistic optimism of 1960s Japan, the Style60s series channels a period of genuine cultural exuberance into dial designs that are as much decorative objects as they are instruments of timekeeping. The enamel or presage-finished dials, depending on the specific reference, come in colors ranging from warm champagne and bourbon to deep evening blue, each one finished with a depth and luminosity that rewards sustained attention in changing light. The case proportions are deliberately vintage in spirit, slim, elegantly curved, and sized with a modesty that disappears beneath a cuff with the grace of a watch that knows exactly what it is. The caliber 4R35 automatic movement inside features hand winding and hacking for easy time setting, and a 41-hour power reserve handles daily wear with quiet reliability. The Seiko Presage Style60s is the watch for someone who believes that wearing a timepiece should be a small daily act of pleasure, and that pleasure, in the right hands, costs considerably less than the industry would prefer you to think. The Seiko Presage Style60s retails for approximately $450, $550 USD depending on configuration. Number 3. Hamilton Jazzmaster Viewmatic. The Hamilton Jazzmaster Viewmatic is the watch that answers one of the most common questions in dress watchmaking with uncommon clarity and directness. How do you own something genuinely elegant, genuinely Swiss, and genuinely mechanical without spending the kind of money that turns a watch purchase into a significant life decision? Hamilton's answer is the Jazzmaster Viewmatic, and it is a persuasive one. The slim stainless steel case sits with a classical poise on the wrist that immediately communicates its dress watch intentions, while the open-heart aperture at 6 o'clock, revealing the balance wheel oscillating beneath the dial surface, adds a mechanical drama and visual personality that elevates it beyond the merely elegant into something actively engaging to wear and to watch. The dial is restrained and considered, with applied indices and slender hands arranged with the kind of compositional discipline that suits formal occasions without ever appearing cold or distant. The ETA 28 and 24-2 automatic movement inside is among the most proven and respected calibers in Swiss watchmaking, reliable, accurate, and serviced by watchmakers worldwide, delivering a 38-hour power reserve and the satisfying sweeping seconds hand motion that only a mechanical movement provides. On a leather strap, it becomes one of the most complete and compelling dress watch propositions available at anywhere near its price, carrying genuine Swiss mechanical credentials and genuine visual distinction in equal measure. The Hamilton Jazzmaster Viewmatic retails for approximately $525 $595 USD, depending on configuration. Number 2. Longines HydroConquest 41mm. The Longines HydroConquest 41mm is the Swiss dive watch that serious collectors quietly recommend every time someone asks where to find the finest value in the category, because at its price point it brings together a combination of heritage, engineering, and finishing that its competitors consistently struggle to match in the same package. Longines has been producing precision instruments since 1832, and the HydroConquest carries nearly 2 centuries of Swiss manufacture experience into a thoroughly modern, thoroughly capable dive watch specification. The 41mm stainless steel case is robustly built with a solidity that inspires immediate confidence, rated to 300 meters of water resistance, with a screw-down crown and case construction that leaves no compromise between aesthetics and genuine aquatic capability. The unidirectional ceramic bezel insert is scratch-resistant, color-stable over years of intensive use, and clicks into position with a precision and positive engagement that communicates professional-grade quality at every interaction. The sunray brushed dial, available in deep blue, striking green, or classic black, is finished to a standard that feels entirely out of place at the price, with generous lume application on both hands and indices ensuring confident readability in any lighting condition beneath or above the surface. The automatic movement inside delivers dependable timekeeping with a power reserve that handles extended wear comfortably, and Longines' solid after-sales network provides the long-term ownership assurance that tool watches genuinely require. The HydroConquest 41mm is the dive watch that needs no qualification, no asterisk, and no apology. The Longines HydroConquest 41mm retails for approximately $1,450, $1,650 USD depending on configuration. Number 1. Omega Aqua Terra GMT. The Omega Aqua Terra GMT takes the undisputed top position on today's list, and it does so by delivering one of the most complete, most versatile, and most beautifully resolved watch packages that Omega has ever assembled in a single reference. The Aqua Terra has always occupied a unique and enviable position in the Omega catalog, a watch at home on a sailing deck and equally persuasive in a boardroom, neither purely sport nor purely dress, but rather the most convincing possible argument that such a distinction is unnecessary. The GMT complication adds an entirely new dimension to that already formidable versatility, tracking a second time zone through a dedicated hand sweeping against a 24-hour scale on the inner bezel ring. Functionality that transforms the Aqua Terra from an exceptional everyday watch into an indispensable companion for the internationally mobile, the frequently traveling, and everyone who simply enjoys having more information delivered with more elegance than a second time zone has any right to provide. The 43mm stainless steel case is assertive without aggression, finished with Omega's characteristic combination of polished and brushed surfaces, and the horizontal teak pattern dial, that distinctive design signature borrowed from the wooden decks of luxury sailing yachts, shimmers across blue, green, or silver in a way that rewards every glance across every lighting condition the day presents. The coaxial master chronometer caliber inside delivers anti-magnetic resistance to 15,000 Gauss, rendering it essentially immune to the magnetic interference of daily modern life. Alongside chronometer-level accuracy certification and the extended service intervals that Omega's coaxial escapement has made the manufacturer's signature engineering achievement. On the integrated steel bracelet or a leather or rubber strap, the Aqua Terra GMT wears with the effortless, considered authority of a watch that has been thought through to its absolute limit and found completely without fault at every point of examination. This is Omega at its most versatile, most refined, and most essential. The Omega Aqua Terra GMT retails for approximately $7,200 to $8,000 USD depending on configuration.